This episode of Audiology Marketing Now is made possible by SendPepper, the world's first automated direct mail and email marketing software for small businesses. Coming up on today's show, my take on the current state of audiology marketing and what this show is all about, the fundamental marketing concept of the purple cow, and a great way to make sure your practice is showing up in the search engine results, even when people are searching in neighboring areas. This technique works really well, and I've never seen anybody else teach it. I'm Matt Perry, and this is the show that helps audiologists like you get what they really want: more happy patients and more profits. So here we are, the first ever broadcast of Audiology Marketing Now, the web TV show that helps audiologists get more of what they really want: more happy patients and more profits. So how do you go about getting more happy patients and more profits? Well, you do it through marketing, but not just any marketing. You know, I'm a little frustrated with the current state of our industry, and I know a lot of you guys are too. Between crazy Medicare restrictions, misleading health insurance companies, and internet sales, overreaching discount plans, there's a lot to be frustrated about. And of course, the list could go on. But one of the things that really gets to me is how some of us are marketing our services. For example, buy one hearing aid, get the other free. Or how about a coupon for free video otoscopy examination? That's an $80 value. Or the classic, it could just be earwax. We can do better. In fact, it's never been easier to do better. Have you noticed lately that people are a whole lot happier with hearing aids than they used to be? People are coming in with minimal high frequency losses, normal through 2000 hertz, and we're successfully fitting them with hearing aids, ones that they love and wear all day, every day. Try doing that 20 years ago. Well, we're working with a product that, when properly programmed, people really like it. It's good to hear. We've all had patients who are dragged in by a spouse. People have absolutely no interest in hearing aids, but then you let them try on a pair after an evaluation, just like that. They can't live without them. It's like crack for your ears. Come on, how hard is it to sell crack? But we've got to do a better job getting them into the office. If only we had a new tool to help us spread the word about how awesome our services are. Oh yeah, there's that new thing called the internet. I wonder if we could use that. Well, I'm here to show you how to harness the power of the internet and other modern technologies to get more patients through your door, convert your existing patients into paying raving fans, and put more money in your pocket. You can make money as an audiologist. So who am I and why should you listen to me? These days my patients call me Dr. Perry, but back in the year 2000 I was studying to be a speech pathologist, like a lot of you people were. One day one of my professors mentioned to me that if I worked really hard, one day, just maybe, I might make barely enough to support my family, as long as I didn't have too many kids. And like a week later, my wife told me she was pregnant with our first son. So I knew I needed money at that time, so I dove into this new thing called the internet. And back then it was still pretty new. I created my first website using a program called Front Page 97. It was an awesome website, but nobody visited it. So I built another one, and I got really good at making fantastic looking websites that absolutely no one cared about. It took me a long time, but eventually I figured out that whole if you build it they will come thing doesn't apply to websites. So I became a student of internet marketing, and now I love it. It's what I read in my spare time. Well, shortly after graduating with my Au.D, I opened up a private practice and I started practicing the stuff that I've been learning about marketing. You know what? It works. And it's still working. And it's not that hard. So now, after reading countless books and spending several thousands of dollars attending marketing conferences and training courses around the country in different industries, I'm ready to share what I know about internet marketing and marketing in general and show you how it can be applied to audiology. So tune into every episode and I guarantee that you'll learn a ton of new marketing ideas, ones that you can easily implement to get more of what you really want. More happy patients and more profits. Did your graduate program include a marketing course? And if it did you learn anything from it? I was required to attend a healthcare marketing course taught by the College of Business, and I didn't learn anything I could apply. I remember one class, we spent 2 hours collaborating as a class to come up with a strategic marketing plan for the course. After 90 minutes, the professor asked the class, "Is this helpful? Because I don't want to keep doing it if you aren't finding it helpful." Well, after looking around the room and seeing my classmates slowly nodding their heads like a zombie, I spoke up and I said very politely, I didn't think it was that helpful anymore. Well, the next day I was called into a conference with the head of the audiology department, informing me that the dean of the College of Business wants me to lay off that professor. So this is the segment designed to make up for that missing marketing course. My goal is to share with you the fundamental concepts of modern marketing, the things that are being applied by all types of businesses all over the world, the stuff that's just proven to make money. It just works. Today's missing marketing lesson is about the concept of the purple cow. Seth Godin is a legendary marketer and someone I strongly suggest you check out. He wrote a book called The Purple Cow. Imagine you're driving your car, coming home from the office, and you're passing by fields, and in these fields are cows, just grazing on grass. And one day, you're driving home, and there's a purple cow standing in the field. That's right, a purple cow. So you keep driving, but you just can't stop thinking about this purple cow you just saw. And when you get home, first thing you say to your wife is that you saw this purple cow. And when you go out that weekend and go out to dinner with some friends, you can't help but tell them that you saw a purple cow on the side of the road earlier that week. 2 years later, you're at a cocktail party and someone mentions that they're a rancher interested in buying cattle from the area, and all of a sudden you're talking to him about how he should check out this field that has a purple cow in it. Do you see where I'm going with this? Does your practice have any purple cows? Something that is so different that people just can't help but think about it and mention it to their friends? A lot of businesses have them. I recently heard about a hair salon that has iPads mounted on every chair so that their patients can surf the web while they're getting their hair cut. That's a purple cow, and people are talking about it. And that place is really busy, and it's not because they cut hair better than everybody else. Can you think of any others? If so, I invite you to please share. We'd love to hear about them. Perhaps your practice already has a couple purple cows. You can post your comments below the video at audiologymarketingnow.com. I'd like to take a minute and introduce you to Send Pepper, available at sendpeppersuccess.com. I admit it's a strange name, but it's a fantastic piece of software. Every website should have a way to collect leads. People who are interested in what you have to offer but just aren't ready to pull the trigger yet can sign up for more information. Now, our industry isn't the best at collecting online leads yet, and we'll talk about that in future episodes. But Send Pepper makes it very easy to collect these leads and then automatically follow up with them via email or personalized postcards. There are a lot of tools out there that are designed to help you send out mass emails or email follow-up sequences, but Send Pepper is the only one that I'm aware of that gives you the option to automatically send postcards in addition to emails. Working with older clientele, that's a very useful feature. Check it out at sendpeppersuccess.com. Well, normally this is the segment where I'll be answering your marketing questions. But given that this is the first ever episode, no one's had an opportunity to send in any questions yet. So instead, I'm going to address a question that an audiologist friend of mine asked me recently. She's a private practice owner who lives in a suburb of a larger city. When people search Google for an audiologist using the name of her suburb, her practice pops up like it should. But when people search for the neighboring city, which she suspects happens more often, her practice isn't showing up in the search results. So the question is, how can you get a practice to show up in the search results if people search for hearing aids or audiologists in a neighboring area? Well, let me show you how I've been able to do it with my own practice. My practice is located in Bel Air, Maryland, and Bel Air is split between two different zip codes, and I'm in the smaller of the two zip codes. So if you type in hearing aids 21015, which is my zip code, I do pretty well. We have the Google 3 box, the Google Maps. I'm at the top of that. I'm at the Organic Listing 1, Organic Listing 2 mentions me, Organic Listing 3, Organic Listing 4, and there's a couple more down at the bottom of the page. So I do pretty well on my own zip code. And that's not very hard to do. I mean, you can do that pretty easily. It's much more difficult for the neighboring zip code, and until recently I was nowhere to be found. The larger zip code in Bel Air is 21014, and I've been trying a couple methods recently and they seem to be working. So let me show you. So I changed the zip code to the larger one. I still don't show up in the Google 10 box, and that's a little bit more difficult to manipulate. But as we scroll down the results here, I am the third listing, which is pretty good. So I'm outranking other audiologists and hearing aid centers in their own zip code. And if you look here, you can see why 21014 pops up there. Now this particular listing here is a directory listing that allows you to post testimonials. This is a testimonial I received from a patient, and right here at the top, whenever I post a testimonial either on my page or another page, I always include the city and the zip code after crediting the person who gave it. So I got ranked, in this case this isn't even my site, but it looks like my site and it mentions me, and I got ranked for 21014. If we scroll down a little bit further, I got some work to do. I finally get my site down here, and if we look at the cache of my site and we scroll down, the way I got ranked was once again that same exact testimonial, 21014. Now I have testimonials set up on my site to rotate, and I have them rotating. Every single page on my website has a testimonial listed, and of course I have a testimonial section as well. So as these ads are rotating through, whoever listed or left that testimonial, whatever her hometown, his or her hometown is, that gets ranked. So if we look here and we do hearing aids Jarrettsville. Now Jarrettsville is not a real big town in my area, but if you type in hearing aids Jarrettsville, Maryland, so they've got the 10 box. I'm really nowhere near Jarrettsville, so I don't pop up on that 10 box. But look who's number one. My site, also Merchant Circle, that's not even my site, but that a testimonial pops up and gets triggered by that search term. I am number 2 and I am number 3. So if someone's in Jarrettsville and looking for an audiologist near Jarrettsville, I'm the first 3 listings, which is pretty good. And you can do this for neighboring zip codes, you can do it for neighboring cities, and if you really work at it and get a lot of testimonials up there, you can do pretty well on page 1 of Google. So you want to be ranked for your city and town, you want to be ranked for the zip code, you want to be ranked for neighboring cities and towns and neighboring zip codes. And here's the testimonial method. Use testimonials liberally throughout your website, and when crediting the testimonial, always include the patient's city and zip code, because that's going to be picked up by the search engine spiders and get you ranked pretty high. Well, that's it for today's show. Please feel free to spread the word about the show and let me know your thoughts in the comments section below the video. And don't forget to tune in next time to learn more modern marketing strategies designed to get you what you really want: more happy patients and more profits.